Hello, my friend. Welcome to Red Delta Project YouTube channel. I'm Matt Schifferly, and in my previous video, I talked about top signs that your neuromuscular proficiency or tension control is woefully inadequate. And that's important because the foundation of all training success and safety is built upon that ability to engage and control the tension in your muscles. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 3 ways to radically improve your neuromuscular proficiency as quickly as possible. Now, there are 2 aspects of neuromuscular proficiency we want to focus on. One is the ability to just engage the muscle to begin with, that coveted mind-muscle connection, because you can only work and train a muscle to the degree you can engage it. And the second is, can you get the muscles to work synergistically with all of the other muscles along your tension chain? So if you have trouble engaging your lats, for example, great, we can work on a way to engage the lats better, but can you get your lats to work with your shoulders and your traps and your biceps and your grip muscles, everything else in the pull chain, so it doesn't feel like you're focusing on any particular muscle or working individual muscles, but using the entire chain of muscles as a cohesive unit. So strategy number 1, isometrics, specifically overcoming isometrics, something that doesn't have a base level of resistance that we can work with. So for example, if people have trouble engaging their lats, which is extremely common these days, I'll give them this technique where we're essentially applying force with shoulder extension against the rings, and this allows them to practice engaging the lats, squeezing everything in, making sure the lats are working with the deltoids and the traps, just applying gentle pressure. It doesn't need to be as hard as humanly possible. We can adjust our angles and maybe our width, whatever gets the client feeling like they're just lighting those lats up, because remember, good engagement, you should really feel the muscle working to a very high degree. And just practice that 5-6 seconds, really good way to warm up the muscle, especially something you have trouble engaging, and making sure that it turns on. And if you don't feel it very much, don't worry about it. This sort of thing is automatically self-correcting. You just keep practicing it, and eventually, whoa, those lats will light up, and you'll establish that much better tension control. The second way to drastically improve your tension control is to practice your technique with much less resistance. So if you have less resistance, it's usually easier to work on improving your engagement. But if you're always working as heavy as you can, you're typically reinforcing whatever neuromuscular activation patterns you habitually have, warts and all. So practicing, again, good warm-up with less resistance than normal, focusing on proactively engaging the muscles. Remember, it's not the exercise that makes your muscles work hard. That's just the application of that tension. Instead, you want to make sure that you're proactively engaging in these push-ups, for example, the chest, the shoulders, the triceps. Make the muscles turn on purpose. And then once you get better at doing that, you can apply more resistance, and then you'll have much better tension control, both for engagement and synergy with the more resistance to make yourself much stronger. And then finally, the third strategy that I recommend people follow quite a lot, especially in their regular training, not so much during the warm-up, but before every set, is to effectively set the tension. And so if we're doing bridges, for example, I want to make sure my glutes and hamstrings are engaged. I'll get into the position for the exercise. And then before I apply the resistance, I will set the tension in my back, glutes, and hamstrings. So now I have the tension flowing through the muscles that I want to be engaging and working. Then when I lift my hips off the floor, I'm applying resistance, and that tension naturally amplifies where I've already set it. I'm not letting it release. I'm not letting it kind of just turn off at the bottom. I'm engaging everything proactively first, and then the resistance amplifies the tension I have, rather than just relying on it solely for supplying the tension in the first place. That last strategy in particular is something I always encourage people to practice before every set they're doing, regardless again of modality or what exercise you're doing, to ensure that the exercise is as effective, as satisfying, and as safe as possible. Position, tension, and resistance. Just takes a moment to radically improve the quality of everything that you're doing for every workout from now until the end of your training career. Thank you very much for watching. If you get something out of this, likes and shares and stuff are always much appreciated. And leave your questions down below in the comments. Till then, be fit and live free.